Welcome back, everyone. My name is Megan0. I'm back here with more Pokemon Scarlet. It's time to finish up our classes, and if we take a look at our map, we actually have access to where we see the shrines now on the map. So by the end of this session of classes, not only will we have access, I believe, with Miss Ryfor being able to tell us where all the shrines are, she'll be able to tell us where all the stakes are as well. Granted though, I did a lot of hunting for those off screen. The only ones I really had difficulty finding were the blue stakes. But anyways, let's hurry up and finish these classes. Let's do art with Mr. Hassel. Remember our Elite Four, our Elite Four member who was Dragons? I believe art will be another difficult class because of it potentially mentioning things that might be abstract. Oh, hey, there's Nimona. I believe Arvin's like in the background as well, but I haven't seen it. Greetings, I'm Hassel. I'll be teaching this art class. Pleasure to meet you all. Can for one moment. Imagine many will forget all that you learn in this class once you graduate. After all, you don't even need a basic understanding of artwork, much less a refined appreciation of beauty for most examiner jobs. So, is my class a waste of time for you then? No, I think not. At least I surely hope it isn't. Think for a moment, Albie. What is beauty to you? What makes something beautiful? It's in the eye of the beholder, right? Interesting. Thank you, Dante. Oh, I don't mean to suggest that there's a correct answer to my query. The important thing is that you all take time to think about it. So yeah, there's Nimona right there, just right there. This is why we must find beauty in a flower blooming on the side of the road, for example. Question why the sky is a different shade of blue than the ocean, or why the leaves change color. Ponder the windmills of artisan and how they move. Contemplate the chilling bite of the waters or cascarafa. I probably pronounced that wrong now that I know that. I'm sure you'll find that every little detail in it will live more vivid, more impactful, and if you take a moment to stop and think, I'm certain that if you stop to truly appreciate the little beauties of the world, it will help you pull these days where your studies have you exhausted or when work has dampened your spirits, like Larry. Oh, do pardon me for waxing philosophical. I do not understand really yet. Alright, put simply, one does not need art strife, but it certainly makes surviving much more enjoyable. That is fair. There goes the bell. That's all for today. Next time I'll try a more hands-on approach to beauty. Like, we saw how much of a crybaby this guy can be when it comes to, like, art and how beautiful things are. Like, hopefully we don't actually need to draw something. Like, because if we did, that would be horrifying for us. It's like, alright, how are you gonna draw on the Switch and you suck at art? And I do mean that. I'm not like the joking, like there's two different types of people who say they can't draw. The other one that draws stick figures and then the one who draws like masterpieces and all that crap. So it's like, you just gotta worry about things like that. Like, I'm actually worried, like, do we actually have to draw, or are we not gonna get something like that? But you see all the pictures in the background, Ditto, Dedede, Gyarados, Eevee, Fancy. It is all I hassle yet again. Our previous class we discussed beauty is, or what might have been avoided. Today I thought mixing up might pique your interest in art. Allow me to introduce our special guest. What? A Gibble. Alright. This is Professor Gibble, the assistant lecturer for today. Now, Professor Gibble, if you're so kind to terrestrialize for us. Wait, okay, you're just gonna terrestrialize right in the classroom? I don't think that's the safest thing in the world. It's grass, right? Terrestrialized grass. So you know, a Pokemon can terrestrialize if you use a Terror. Normally, Professor Gibble will be a Dragon type. But by terrestrializing, see, we already know this, you can change their types, which is all good, because like, which school tells you different. The grass type. Excellent! Full marks! Woo! The beautiful bodies show that it has now become a grass type. The shape of a Terra Jewel above a Pokemon's head depends on the Pokemon's Terra type. So, summarize Pokemon's terrestrialize your mount, observe a Pokemon's Terra stool, and see what it becomes. And choose the moves accordingly. Okay. That's neat. Me and my friends are planning the Charizard raid to see if you take it on. So that's what's good for us. But I already caught it. So it doesn't matter to me, as you know, down now. But it's always up to it, how you interpret things and all that. I imagine max special defense. Anyways, let's continue our classes. Let's continue our classes with art with Mr. Hassel. Yes, and I know I'm like kind of like this is my own fault, like me kind of like having my attention split. I think there was a screen tear right there with the orange and naranja. I apologize for that. I've been trying to get rid of that, and I thought I had it. Nope, there it was. Huh. Yes, it is I, Hassel. It is I, Hassel, yet again. Talk about how the terrestrial phenomenon was very well received. Thank you all for your kind words. In fact, Miss Dendra specifically requested I impart even more ballad knowledge to my students. Hey, look, there's Arvin. Just chilling right there. Arvin, like, it's funny, Arvin's like a junior in a classroom full of like 8th and 9th grade students. It's actually kind of funny. Alright, we're gonna have it terrestrialize again into a different type to help us. If you'd be so kind. Okay, so the arts to appreciate how well the different terrestrialization effects going on. That's ice type for sure. Now, what do we have? Last saga. This time we have something of a different shape. It's ice type. It's a little chilly standing close to it. So class my terror type advantages still represent the ice type. Excellent. Full marks. Of course, it's like very obvious. Shining symbol is now an ice type. Which, I mean, I guess makes sense. Like, if you terrestrialize into an ice type, you wouldn't have to worry about it because of Gibble's 4 times weakness to ground. Yeah, see, quadruple damage to Gibble. Now, here's a trivia about Sunwaves. While Sunwaves come in many different shapes and sizes, most classify as Hexagon. Huh, that's interesting. Now I think it's like one of the few times we see Hassel's like with his eyes when I was expecting them the last time. Like when I was like, oh dang, his eyes are different. I wasn't paying attention because like you can see it very early on here. Also Hexagon. Really? We're going back to that, but hey, whatever. I'll take it. I am just big chilling right here, just as we go through this, as we go through these lessons, because all they are just I believe this class, even though it's art, it's teaching you about the different Terra styles that your Pokemon can go through, and how well you can do it. And the thing is, there's like only one place in, I don't know if it's in Mesagoza or like what that Maricorpio or whatever, like the only other city that doesn't have like a gym leader or something next to it. Anyways, it's time for our art midterm. You like art with Mr. Hassel? Yeah. Like I might as well get this all out of the way. Like the thing I'm worried about though is like I'm going to be quote unquote over leveled for the post game because of all the raids I'll be doing. Anyways, there's Mono again. Where's Arvin? What's the name of the gym cell that glows the Terra Jewel? If it's in the shape of flowers, it's grass type. Hexagon allows you to change the Terra type. What? Oh gosh. What eatery allows you? I actually do not know that. I guess that's my fault for not paying attention. Like what eatery allows you to change Terra type? It actually brought this up. Treasure Eatery, and that's in Medali. Yeah, Medali. And that's specifically Larry's gym. You need to beat Larry. What makes... There's no correct answer. What makes something beautiful? There is no correct answer because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I right now have students worry about passing or failing in my art class, but test or test after all. Yeah, like, if you have an art class, it's like really dependent unless they're asking you for like different types of styles. Like, oh, you have to draw something in this style, you have to draw something in that style, you have to do this, you have to do that. So, I guess that would make sense, but we don't have to. Let's take a result. Pass, yeah, we know. So, 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5. Hey! Passing score, congratulations, and you know, your 5 small candies. Let's keep doing our best. I'm going to take a quick break as we talk to Miss Ryford and see if we can get more of those shrines, more of the abilities. I do hope you take on the hunt for treasure on your ruin if you're so inclined. Okay, so yeah. That's about as much as you can get, unfortunately, which sucks. But let's go see. Now that we know where the shrines are, we have to find them on our own. So let's go see Miss Time for at least a little bit before we take on the next set of classes, and then we can actually, you know, like take care of. Oh gosh, we're not going anywhere because this thing's so close. It's like, dang, that is like very close. Where is she? Oh, there she is. What the? Why do they have Skovets in here? Skovet. I'll tell you, you scared me. Were you cooking something? I mean, it's always good to cook. I just finished cooking like right before I recorded something for brunch. I'm not hearing anything food related at all. I was just walking around the entrance hall. I felt that intense gaze that I told you about before. So I quickly ducked in the cafeteria here. Our cafeteria was running, so I thought maybe we'll discover the identity of the person watching me if they found me in here. Is it Miss Rhyme? Someone comes just now. Oh, that's weird. I saw. Haha! I get the feeling that her question is not about her studies. I started saying maybe I'll start a conversation myself. And just being here on my own, I'm glad you're here with me. Ah, you feel trusted by Miss Time. So I guess I'll finish like all the classes, and I believe like that's when you're supposed to like get like that final support or whatever. I say support like this is Fire Emblem and all that. Like just talk to the different ones. Like, oh, here we could talk to her. We have our art room teacher. We have the director's office. This is just weird. Like, oh yeah, here you don't talk to them, and it's like, it feels like this is like a better done. Like, it's the trainer school, sure, but it's explained in such a way that it's actually very informative and productive to the way you'll do this. So I guess like for now, for the Treasures of Ruin, now that they're Pokemon, we have that like side quest on up. That's what I was planning on doing anyway. I'll probably just find a map where all the stakes are hidden, so that way we can find them all. Because I found most of them already in the beginning area because they're not that, you know, easily like hidden. I believe like what 2 or 3 probably are, and that's it. Anyways, it's back to art. Welcome back, Professor Hassel. Everyone did very well in the midterms except for me. Kidding, I aced it. Our special guest visiting, I'd say. Was it Gibble? Bracy. Great. Oh, hey. The gym leader, the grass-type gym leader. I'm actually surprised. Hey, it's you again. I am Bracius. I am an artist. I focus exclusively on grass-type Pokemon for my work. Bracy here mainly creates 3-dimensional pieces, such as statues and the like. One of his main works is scintillating tiles surrounding the floor found in Arla. If you challenge the artists in the gym, have no doubt familiar with these sculptures. Yes, I do recognize some faces among your students. Hey, there's Penny. Sign. Hope you all understand how fortunate you are to be able to attend Hass's class. Old Hass is the man who saved me when I had lost all hope and given up on myself. There you get what I mean. I do not exaggerate when I say he's a mentor in my life. Aww. Oh, my dear Bracy. Not that you get through a single time, but today I hope to guide this class in all way you can. Of course. Like, this is like what? One of the few times we see the dude happy. What? Surrounding Sephora? Can they return what my mood is when I crafted detached expression? It's detached? Tell what my mood was? I have no idea. Was it a sad mood? Was it a sad one? I'm not sure. Completely and utterly wrong. Oh, jeez. Angry. That's the name. Surrendering. As far as I experience my hardships, I indicate debt. Oh, jeez. Good lord. Okay. Okay, so what, you were angry? Huh. That's actually kind of weird. It's like... That's weird that he was, like, very, like, angry and upset that this had been happening to him. But afterwards, like, he became very happy of what happened. So, yeah, it feels weird. Oh, he's got cause trouble. Huh. Strange. Bid you farewell. Alright. That's nice, I suppose. I can't believe it's such a wonderful place. Oh no, he's gonna burst into tears. He bursts into tears. But first though, remember to stay hydrated. In this case, I have G Fuel for me to stay hydrated. The Peaches one for Sonic the Hedgehog. Peach Ring, so I'm gonna try it. Like yesterday, I tried the Naruto one that they had, and I remember it tasting very similar to this. So, about to find out. Yep, tastes very similar. No, I think the Naruto one has a bit more of an orangey feel. As we're playing Naranja in Naranja Academy in Scarlet. Anyway, there's Arvin. I simply couldn't contain my emotions. Sorry for making such a scene. Missed time. Let's shift gears and dive to the materials for today's lesson. The 10 sites of Paldea. Oh yeah, those things. There are 10 sites of Paldea considered particularly beautiful. Among them, I would say Grand Ole Orchard is likely the most accessible. You can see the field after field of olive trees from the hill on the way to Cortando. 2 waterfalls are also counted among these 10 sites. Fairy Falls and Casoroya Falls. And then there's a peak in Glaciadio Mountain, also is Paldea's highest peak. There's another cliff on Glaciadio Mountain that's named after its unique shape. Let me ask you, my students, what is the name of the 3? Oh my gosh. Glaciadio's Grasp? Oh crap. Like, we've been there. I just couldn't remember if it was Reach or Grasp. Like, Run didn't make too sense. So I thought, like, alright, yeah, let's go with that. I specifically went with that because it's just kind of hard to remember some of these. It's like, oh yeah, I blame the names a lot more than anything else. Like, the names make it way more difficult for these things to be remembered by me. They still have the Million Volt Skyline, I've seen that. The last one I remember, Fleek Selfie Spots. Are you serious? And that's true, you can visit some tourist spots and be like, oh wow, I was kind of expecting more. Like, the last time I went to see a lot of different tourist spots was the, oh dude, dang, what's up with his face? It might be just my screen because of, like, the screen tear with how he was moving. Yep, there it is. Like, it's not strong. And that's what sucks about it. It's like, okay, here, yeah, we have screen tear. Hopefully we don't run into more issues, but let's hurry up and finish with this. Like, I just want to kind of, like, get through these, like, very, very quickly. Class will begin soon, don't be tardy. Because, like, I want to hunt, like, our 4 ruins and complete out the Pokedex. Because now I'm waiting on my brother to, because he has everything but Koraidon. It is all I hassle yet again. Hey, it's Penny again. Time flies. Their time here has flown by. Last class. Feels somewhat unrelated to art, but there is absolutely no definition as to what art should be. Therefore, let's go into this and see where it takes us. There are 2 things I wish to focus on today: ribbons and marks. Oh, both ribbons and marks are special honors that capture Pokemon's qualities. Every time your Pokemon gives maximum effort or has a noteworthy experience. In recognition of its feat's accomplishment, it can be given a ribbon. To give an example, if you manage to become incredibly close to Pokemon, it may be granted the Best Friends ribbon. Incidentally, there is a person in Casa Carafa who can give your Pokemon a Best Friends ribbon. Marks, on the other hand, are mostly found in wild Pokemon where you meet them for the first time. They can symbolize the character of a Pokemon, such as with the Rowdy mark or the Vigor mark. It can completely up to like where you run into a Pokemon with these marks. Huh. I know some of like the titles and all that, so if you're able to catch a Pokemon with the mark, rejoice at your outstanding fortune. Does anyone know what special thing you can do with a Pokemon that have ribbons for? You could change their title. I know that because we have the Paldean Champions, and I did that with my Blaziken in Shield version, which I may also do with a Sword playthrough, and just do basically what we did in Brilliant Diamond. Like, oh, here's my Pokemon! Like with the, you know, all the abilities and everything that they have. For example, if you send a Gibble with the best friends by playing it, go, Gibble the great friend. I want to know, so be the first time to see the marks, your Pokemon can reward certain marks based on their efforts. These are the marks as the grounded mark, the item finder mark, and the partner mark, and so on. That's been fun to find out. Like, based on that information, like, you could get some of these pretty easily. Like, oh, the finder, like, the item finder, just have them pick up all the random items you see on the ground. But I feel like that would take a lot of time to do. Anyways, though, good morning, Master Dante. We're going to take our art finals. And then afterwards, we're going to probably continue on with our work. I say that being home econ, where I'm pretty sure that's the sandwich making mechanic class. Because it's time for your final exam. Alright. And begin. What is it? The Treasure Eatery. The Surrendering Sunflora. There are two, the Fury and the, like, Casaraba one. Lavencia. What marks? There are marks on Pokemon. The marks a Pokemon has are present when you first meet, and none can be added later. That is false. Because they mentioned, like, oh, you can get some later on by just doing some of the tasks. Like finding items, just being partners. Which I kind of want them to bring back, like, in the future. Just have, like, the Pokemon constantly, like, follow behind you. And, like, they do this well with, like, legendaries. Like, they're supposed to, like, constantly, like, follow you, but they're super slow, and I blame Sword and Shield for this. Like, with the DLC, they brought back following Pokemon back, but it's so weird with how you do it, because your Pokemon has, like, two speeds. It has slow and instant speed. Which is kind of dumb, because, like, they should have, like, they should just really have, like, the running one, or they should be, like, right by your side. Alright. Last one. Home econ. Saguaro. Nani? Nani the frig? Who'd that? Probably, like, let's see what this NPC looks like. I'm actually kind of curious how he looks like. Oh! Okay. He looks like he's related to Rowan or something. Skills indispensable for daily life. Many have left the care of your parents to live here on your own in the Academy Dormitory. I pray that the knowledge I impart to you will improve the quality of your lives and necessary zero. Food, clothing, and shelter. Of these three categories, the most pressing industry in the world is food. When you eat sandwiches on your picnics, the HP of your Pokemon will be restored. Also gain something called meal powers, which can provide all manner of benefits. For example, you can make Pokemon easier to catch, increase the experience points that your Pokemon receive. I've done that for shiny hunting. I also find that the breadth of these efforts can be expanded by crafting centers of superb flavor. What's more, there's a certain something that is particularly important if we wish to receive meal powers with even more helpful effects. Let's see. Master Dante, tell you, what must you keep in mind even more health to receive? My choice of fillings and condiments? Like, if you want to receive better ones, you gotta see what works well with what. I cooked along the road to help with shiny hunting. Your choices of ingredients, including both fillings and condiments, is an important factor of getting even more helpful meal powers. For example, using tweak roots in your sandwich will help you gain egg power. Including numerous bitter ingredients, on the other hand, can help you gain item drop. Learn to aim for specific efforts when crafting sandwiches will start. Okay. So yeah, like, all the classes you take here have really important, like, factual impact on the game. With the exception of, like, the last class of art. Well, no, not really, because art, like, say, oh yeah, like, you have the 10 great sites of Paldea. If you go there, you have access to fly there in the future. So there is a benefit to going to the art classes. The only one is, like, what, Brassius and Hassel, where it's like, oh, okay, you don't really need to worry about what Brassius' backstory is, other than that, like, yeah, the gym leaders have lives outside of being gym leaders. Which I remember is some people saying, like, oh yeah, you can't really tell what type specialists are. And now that gym leaders have lives outside of just being a gym leader. You have that example with Gen 5 the most. Yeah, I would say Gen 5 does it the best. Whereas Gen 4 has bits and pieces of it. Like, you can tell Crash Awake is a wrestler, but it's like, is that all he's about? Crash your way. Okay, I was making. Healing items are immediately effective. It can be used anytime you can open your bag. Therefore, powered or considered after one use. Potions are 60. Potions were 20, Super Potion 60, Hyper Potion 120. The pricier the item, the more HP will restore. Keep in mind how much money you have when you're stocking up on these items. However, unforeseen happenings are textural part of place, but imagine if you find yourself with injured Pokemon, but you have no potions, you're out of sandwich agreements, and there are no Pokemon centers nearby. Tell me, Master Dante, what you search for when in a situation when you have no way to heal your Pokemon? Items on the ground? Yeah, there's a bunch of items, but for Gen 4, you know, like what? You have Crash Awake, Mailing, Fantina, one trains, but it's never really revealed, I believe, if Mailing runs a dojo or she just trains by herself. I believe it's explored upon in the anime after she gets basically curve stomped by Paul. Fantina, you face her in the contest hall. Who was the 6th gym? Byron, Minor, Gen 7. Gen 7. Candice, Candice, as some people will call it, Candice. Really nothing going for her in terms of the games, I would say, other than like, oh yeah, you have permission to enter the temple now. Volkner, I'm pretty sure is like Sunny Shore City's like only electrician and technician. He just fixes everything regarding electricity there. But not a lot of gym leaders have like something outside it, but I would say a good majority of them do. I say not a lot, but I say majority. Gen 5 again is like when they really get like the Striton City Brothers. They are working. They run a restaurant. Lenora runs a museum. Berg runs works with art. Lisa's a model. Clay is a business tycoon. Bryson is actually an actor that he does in his free time. Skyla runs basically the Unova airport, I say, even though it's more like delivery service in airport, but you have what it means. Iris and what I want to say Drayden or Drake or whatever the hell his name is, they basically are like historians, so they run like the history of their city. PowerPoint. Alright. Things no longer matter. What happens when a Pokemon loses all of its power points? It can't use moves. I've been playing Pokemon a long time. Let's go with Gen 6. Gen 6 I would say is much more difficult. Viola is a photographer. Who was the second gym leader? The rock type gym leader. He had life outside of it, but I wouldn't say consider a job. He was a rock climber. We had Karina. She was actually she does extreme sports, so to speak, and she also is a Mega Evolution trainer. For grass type, I can't remember his name. Clement basically runs the city power grid in Lumio City because like you can't challenge him because you can't get to the Pokemon. You can't get to where he's located. Who is Valerie? No, she lived like in a dollhouse and she looked creepy with her eyes. Olympia? No. Psyche type gym leader. Wolfric? Nothing much there. He takes care of Pokemon Village. So I guess that's what he doesn't. So Gen 6 doesn't have a lot. Gen 7, you had those were the Kahunas. With the different Kahunas and all of them, yeah, they had all their different types and lifestyles afterwards. Lima, I believe, I can't remember what he does. Mina's an artist, but she's your typical artist. Mallow basically helps with like all the animal and food related products on her. Hawaii, Kyoe, I believe he has a ranch in the show, and he helps run the ranch in the games. He's also teacher of the fire dance for Marowak. You have Lana. She likes messing with people, but she's also a kid, but she likes fishing and being by the ocean. So, that's what we can infer. Habu, It runs on Namu makes sure that Team Skull doesn't get too out of control on his island. And I say too out of control basically because he's constantly watching their base because he lives right next door to it, and he has a bunch of Meowths too. Acerola, she becomes an Elite Four member, so, but she also is a tiny little girl helping out with like ghost Pokemon and all that. Alright, what is not increasing speed. It's HP respiration, it can cure poison, I believe, and you gain meal powers, but definitely increase speed. Which of the following affects the kind, fillings, and condiments, I'm about to say compliments. Oranberry restores HP. Leandro wants his Pokemon to sign on it if it's going to use on it, so he gave him the Oranberry. This will work as he hopes. Wanted his Pokemon to decide on its own, so yeah, that's true. If it runs out of P, it will no longer be used. If it runs out of P, it can only sit there in frustration. No, it struggles to use the move, which causes it to use struggle, and therefore fail, and you take damage because it's struggling to do something it can't do anymore. I guess like the closest comparison with struggle is like you're lifting something, and you can lift it 20 times. But if you do any more than 20, you struggle to lift it, and it hurts. Okay. 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5. Hey, 5 out of 5. And here we go. We're gonna hurry up. Alright, we're almost done. We're almost done with the classes. We're almost done. Yeah. We're almost done with the classes. We're almost done. It's like, oh my goodness, we have so much to do for the classes. And it can be kind of annoying. But hey, what can you do? What can you do? Alright. Put away your phone, sign to begin class. I'd say majority of class passed without issue. Woohoo! Work hard on your life skills. Alright, what else? Turn your attention to the topic of the day, which is part of the question I received off the topic of meal. A young man who enjoys the culinary arts. Tom is a regular. Arvid! It has to be Arvid. It's Arvid. He's right there. On the left, right in front of us. Or right in front to the left. He also spends his night studying all aspects of the culinary arts. He's baffled by his inability to increase the effectiveness of his meal powers. Still the master knowledge that you did quite well in your midterm exam. Crap. What would this young man do to increase the effectiveness of the meal power? Arvid, you should make food with other people. Yeah, if you want to increase the effectiveness, you do union squares. Or union circles, and then the more people you have working on it makes it better overall. For a single person, it may be pretty difficult. You'll be able to handle a larger serving of bread, add more ingredients, therefore you have the stronger chance of increasing your thing overall. So, that's what's good about it, I suppose. But I only have very few people to work with in there's very few people I can work with. Like, I have 3 people. You can even see it go off. I wasn't paying attention. I'm like, huh? I'm like, oh, he called out Arvin by pure and utter mistake. Let's see. Let's go check in on our other professors like Miss Tyne. Mr. Salduro. Mr. Jock will check in with once we complete the Pokédex, because it's quite obvious what he's going to give us if you pay attention. Let's go to our home econ room. Ooh, I'm probably not gonna remember. You remember Mr. Hassel and Mr. Jock, because Mr. Jock is the one who gives words. Hassel gives you a lot, but it's come on, man. Welcome to the home economics room. It's my very own castle of sorts. Something from class 1A. Rumors of your activities obviously bombarded me from all sides. My activities? Such as what? Indeed, people from all have been talking about how strong of a battle you are, and the amazing Pokemon you take along with you. You're quite the object of everyone's interest, so I imagine that may be a bother for you. The home econ classroom is something of a place of rest for academy students, you see. Here they like saying latest concept and what they enjoying a light snack. Really? Quite often it's such so much that I find myself intrigued. However, I would much come see me again. Okay, slightly closer. And that's like the good thing, like you become closer with these, like just like the whole support conversation aspect I do like. He's in the cafeteria, but we'll save that for later. Hassel, Clavel, our different teachers. We have 3 of them right there. We have never been to the nurse's office, so let's go see Clavel. And then everyone else is at like Dendra, I keep forgetting her name. Someone's working on a Staraptor sculpture, I didn't even pay attention to that. But it isn't Dante. I have a question. You find my class difficult? It's just right for me. That's certainly good to hear. So, Dante, you chose to take out the gym as part of your treasure hunt. I already finished it, but yeah. You like Pokemon, is that correct? Yeah, I do. Oh, naturally become skilled at doing what they enjoy. That's why you must be so strong. Wait for me springing on a question on you so suddenly. Anyways, thank you again. Like, yeah, all these, like, just slight inputs. I wish the dialogue was slightly different, like if you beat the game or not. I guess that does, again, like, require a little bit more work. Like, oh yeah, you beat the game. So, what you gonna do? Cause from what I know, like, there's a very, very lacking post-game, unfortunately. Like, for example, we don't have the battle tower, which is one of my favorite aspects to pass the time. When I was younger, I hated the battle tower, because I could never beat it because they scaled with your level in the older Gen games. Case in point, in Gen 3 Fire Red and Leaf Green, your highest level Pokemon would be the highest level Pokemon you face in the tower. And you can only get it in, I believe, like the post game, when you saw like a bunch of Pokemon, caught them, and then went out to a shiny Pokemon. I speak of it becoming filthy. Pokemon battle. They get hurt by moves used against them. They get belted by wind and rain. They get covered in sand and mud. They get, in a word, filthy. I see many a trainer walking about with their adorable little Pokemon without addressing this issue. It is deplorable. Let me ask this question for someone who is sure we're not tolerating such crap. Clean it up. Of course, like, you don't want dirty Pokemon. I do like this aspect that they did in Gen 8, or Gen 7, and Gen 6, where you can clean your Pokemon after it's taken enough damage in battle. Like, oh yeah, it's like, you need to comb its fur out, you need to wash it down if you got hit. Like, all things like that, and it works. But, it needs to happen more often. So, it really, like, they don't encourage you to do it in this game. Like, you really only do it, I'll show you the spray water. You get Pokemon cleaning and shiny bright as a Terrajewel. It's done quite a bit of work, but it's also restored HP and cure stats condition. However, some Pokemon have parts of their bodies that they don't want scrubbed, or that they would rather not get wet. Be sure to keep this in mind when cleaning your Pokemon. Now, one smart thing is that some Pokemon like to be dirty. That is true, like some Pokemon like dirt, mud. I'm assuming that's probably Oikomon to a extent, because you know it's a freaking pig. But it's actually all like interesting, I would say, to look at it. Alright, come on, we're almost done. We're almost done. We got like, what, 2 more classes? We have 1 more class and then the final. We have 1 more class and then the final. Come on. Come on, please, hurry. Hurry, I don't want to pay attention. I want to answer the question. Come on. Put away your phones. Our last class. I realize I focus entirely on food, and that's why I just shift discussion to clothing, a rather necessity in our last class. I'm sure you heard the economy has an air of freedom about it, providing uniforms for each season to come by diverse climate of Paldea. Our students are free to wear whichever style they wish to please. Shall receive 4 sets of tops and bottoms, 1 for each spring, summer, fall, and winter, already counted except if you're a chance you're not wearing this, you may pursue your wardrobe. As long as you wear a school uniform, the rest of your ensemble does not need to be school shoe. This includes your bag or your hat. If you choose to wear one, you're free to style your hair however you wish. Mr. Salvatore says, for example, will most certainly he gets school rules when I was a boy. The one we had the party here. That reminds me. There's one more thing you don't like there, I must say, which I might find quite charming. Are rodent phones? Ah, my phone. Are rodent phones? My phone goes off at the exact moment. It's like, yep. Like, her phone's like, yep, you're right. Ah. Stay hydrated. Get a case of his own. So yeah, now it's like, yeah, that's like the unfortunate part. That your lack of drip is because you have to wear like something school related. Which sucks. Which is why you like, come on. Make it to where we could change. Or at least make it to where in the post game you could change like the different types of clothes you wear. Like, I'll give Gen 6, 7, and 8 this. The customization, more Gen 6 and 8 versus 7. Gen 6 and 8, you have a lot of customization options, which I love. Versus Gen 9, where, like, yeah, it looks good. Like, I got the slicked back hair looking like Virgil and Dante. But you just can't. Like, your shoes, your socks. Everything but the top and bottom has to be, like, is fine. But make it to where in the post game you can change it up for your shirts and shoes. Sparkling power. What's the following is non-effective 8 power. It helps hatch strong Pokemon. Simple, yeah. Poor tactic for increasing effectiveness. Make food more often. Make food with others. What is important? What is the correct action when your Pokemon Pokewash? This is an answer about chemistry. Should you change your uniform toss and balls to properly match each season? It doesn't matter. It's Academy rules. Like, you can have the tops and balance, but it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm wearing, like, the winter variation right now, but I've done that in the hot climate, I've done it in the cold climate, in the wet climate, in the dry climate. Like, that doesn't matter. Like, you can wear what you want. But watch it be the one I get wrong. Watch it be that one be the one I get wrong. Alright, there we go, come on. Hey! I was about to say, like, why did the music stop? Now finish all your classes and pass all the exam. I have this for me for third combat. Okay, large. Now you can focus all your efforts on this year's treasure hunt. Be careful out there. So yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We have completed all the freaking classes. And we'll start off the episode next time with more supports from our teacher before we actually go onto the field and try to hunt the 4 ruined Pokemon that help basically destroy Empire in Paldea. My name is Omega Zero, and I will catch you all later.